So, all right, there we go. In three, two, one. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Just did a stream last night. I was in the video store. Everything was going well. And now I'm back at it again, like a job. So I just clocked it. Let's see. I got less than an hour waiting for my last notifications. And then we're good to go. As you can see here, we're talking about episode 13. Just streaming every day until I get a job in my field or I get more subs, applying myself today so I can be better prepared for a day like tomorrow. The future is now. Let's network. I like that. I still like that. If I need to change that, let me know. But this is the end of week 2 because we started on a Wednesday. So we got Monday and Tuesday, and then the week's over. So week 2, still in the phases, but I've worked a lot on stuff. So let's introduce myself. Hello, I'm CJ Robles. I'm here to Robles. I'm here to have some fun. But it's early. I was with my people last night. We were hanging out. We were at the video store. We are just talking. And now I'm doing it all over again, but working on this show, showing anybody that like hiring managers or anybody who needs a assistant on that. If you want to learn how to do a podcast, you want to start a streaming show, and you just want to do work on your end, you want me to do the back end, I am available. I'm looking for full-time work, and also just kind of showing how I'm building things. I'm literally showing you behind the scenes stuff or just going, but like the topics today, I learned how to actually learn how to better prepare myself by getting my topics going, get everything in front of me so I know what we're talking about and I know what we're doing. This show, the title's the stuff is in the title is in the show, what I'm doing. So I'm looking at my field, and my job field could be multimedia. I don't mind journalism, just depends what I'm actually have to do in it. That's what I was trained with at first. Now I've been done a lot more things. But I had a busy weekend, so it was more family oriented instead of work, and that's what I don't mind. So I'm learning to get back on it. I mean, I literally just fell asleep last night like at 12:40, and now I woke up at 6. So I was able to wake up. But I like the fact that I was able to move this fast and kind of keep myself better notes and better topics and um, you know. But like, I could share some stuff with what we did, but it gets exhausting. Trying to do a bunch of things. But before we get started, because today is actually Dia de las Madres in Mexico, so happy Mother's Day. But so this is my family. It's my son. It's me on the roof. That's my mom and my stepdad, and then my mom with the piñata that my tia Miriam made. So thank you, tia. So we had a little fun. I posted this on my social, so I don't mind sharing it here. But yeah, it was a good time. We were having a good time, just chilling. But yeah, my son said, take a picture of me like that, and they took a photo of him like that, and that's what he wanted. It's funny, like that's the only patch of the grass that I have that's not really damaged from the heat and whatnot. But hey, it's good. He made it look nice. And there I am on the roof of our deck because we had to do the piñata. So it was fun. That's like one thing I love. Like I said, I love being dad. So first and foremost, I want to be able to do what I can do, so I have more time being dad and have time and spend time with the kids. I'm not gonna share any photos of what happened here, like what we did and stuff for the party, just because I don't have permission and I don't really feel like sharing photos of other people's kids. I know there are probably people that were here that might do that. I don't mind. I mean, I can't do anything about that, but I don't do it. I'm very keep that private, but I talk about it a little bit here and there. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. We spent time together. We had brunch yesterday. That was cool. Well, that was we had. Well, I guess my son's birthday is on Mother's Day, so he was born on Mother's Day. So it's like every Mother's Day is my son's birthday. So we always do like a Mother's Day party. It's really hard to like get people to come to a party when it's on Mother's Day, because they're doing stuff. especially like people, my friends that live in the Austin area or the like Kyle, San Marcos, even San Antonio. It's easier for them to go down to the border where all their families at, so they can see everybody or see their moms or see their parents, instead of going over here because it's a drive over here. And then plus it's Austin. Like it's like I don't a lot of people don't know what they're gonna get, but it's not gonna get what you see on the internet. It's there, but it's like you gotta go looking for that, and sometimes it comes looking for you. It just happens. That's hot. That was like 2 minutes. I put it in for 2 minutes. That was way too hot. But yeah. So let's go forward. We got 5 minutes. I like streaming. I like podcasting. I like doing this. This is something that I've been building myself up for a minute. So it's been a while. It's been about 5 years. I was trying to figure out how to do this. Maybe longer, 6. But like where you're getting comfortable is the main thing. It's where you're learning how to. Hello. All right. Working. All right. Cool. I gotta make sure my audio's. I got it in my front of my face now. You have to learn to make sure that you're. I'm too comfortable now, as you can see. I'm not trying to be all like, and then at 11:45, we're going to do this exactly from this time. I'm not. I'm chill. I'm relaxed. Like I'm your boss. If you're at my video store and you're one of my employees, like this is me. It's like this is how I do. It's like actions will always speak louder than words. So for somebody to be upset and yell and get mad, I don't know if you're really upset, that upset, or you're acting, or why are you that upset that you're yelling at people or trying to fight, or So that's more important. So like, why don't you try to work on that? Why don't you try to like, fix that part out? But it's also Mondays. I'm a guy that likes Mondays. Believe it or not, but also like the way I have this show, this is the end of the week for me because usually when I waited tables, you use the weekends, So a lot of people just like to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or they're mandatory like restaurants, especially fine dining. Like they force you to like to work for Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. You can't have the. It's like it tells you in the end when you apply a lot of the jobs like no weekends off, and then what do you call it? But so they make you work like a mandatory like it's like mandatory Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you have to work a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday shift. Like you have to work one. And it was crazy because the lunch, everybody would always get scheduled a lunch shift, but they didn't want it, so I'd always take the lunch shifts. Just like I want to be there all day, I don't care. So I always work doubles. Sometimes lunch would always average about like $60, $80, $100. But man, sometimes you get a really busy lunch and you make like 280. And you're like, what the hell? Like you're burnt out, and you're like, oh man, I made so much money on lunch, but it's like, and then you have to get to your dinner shift and you hit like 3 tables and it's like the same amount of money. You're like, what the hell? I had to see 230 people to get this, and the other one had to see family of 6. But it works. That's all it is. And the reason I bring that up is it's just always part of like we're just work. I'm comfortable. I always like the stories about when I was waiting tables, and the busters would come in, and the new guys, and because I'd always come in like take a break, come back, take a break, take like some time off. Oh, I was talking about sorry, take some time off. But I always pick Monday nights. I always worked Mondays, double Monday morning, all day Monday, just get it over with. So that was my mandatory day. So Mondays are rough for some people. So like to get into like a flow, like I don't know, I like doing it. It's easy for me. I remember when I wake up, and even like now, like I'm older, I just didn't get much sleep last night because I was just I had a good time, I had a good weekend. I was reflecting a lot. Kind of wanted to stay in that moment, wanted to stay in the weekend. I didn't want to hurry up and go to bed and wake up and be energized for today, which I should have done. I took it more the opposite. I'm hungover because I'm hung on to it. Like I wanted to like to remember it and oh yeah, I'm gonna show you some stuff. So, but I really enjoyed spending time with the family. It was just really cool. Like just the people you want to spend time with. Had one of my buddies from Ronnie came over, one of my childhood friends. Still had my back. Everybody was forgetting about me. Like I was running around doing stuff, and it was just fun. We're just cracking up. And I also did work. I worked, what do you call it? Saturday morning. I worked at 5 in the morning, so I was like exhausted. What is wrong with these photos? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I was at 5 in the morning, and so I was a little burnt out. So let's see this real quick. I'll show you a progress. I'll show you 3 progressions what we did. So we started and then the mid journey, and then we'll go to the ending. And this is story arc and story. Since we're always going back to like movies and talking about stuff. But last night was cool. The video store had a constant 11 people in it last night. So that was cool. Like it's kind of like I want to start more in the mornings now, and then everybody kind of says like, "No, we're gonna go back to nights. Let's hang out at night." I was like, "Oh, great. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Maybelline." Yeah, but we had to update. Like a lot of the stuff had to be upgraded because we're having guests coming over. Little children's come over, and I don't want them to get hurt. So we have to like fix the deck, fix the patio, get rid of all like anything hazardous. So I usually just my kids really good at like avoiding like stuff. Like I was like, no, I'm not gonna touch that. My dad said not to do that. And if he does do it and does like he does get a little shock or something, gets scared. Not shocked like shocked like oh wow. I'll let him be like, well, that's what you wanted. Then he's like, yes, sir, you were right. We will not do that again. So, but I always thought it was cool. Like we do our renos, our home renos, and also the tomatoes got picked. You know what? I didn't even get. Oh, well, I guess I could show this. Yeah, this will count. I don't know. That doesn't really count. I didn't get a good photo. Oh man, I could walk out and just take it, but I don't want. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's too perfect. I have a too perfect of a photo. I don't want to show you guys too much perfection, or should I? This is Instagram perfect. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, my kid's hilarious. All right, let's see. Hold on. I'm holding up the show. I'm doing a my Manic Monday thing. Well, we finished it, but this is too. I have a too perfect of a photo. I don't know if I want to show it. Oh man, it's an Instagram word. You know what? I'll show it. We're gonna show it all here. All right, here got somebody commenting. Let's see. Hey, what's up, bro? Check it in. Hey, it's such a yeah, dude. Just like I said, man. Last night, I didn't really get much sleep. So right now, I'm not because we had Mother's Day, and my son was born on Mother's Day, so it's like every Mother's Day, his is his birthday. So it's like we're trying to do two things at once. It gets exhausting. And here I'll show you the perfect photo. Now I'm just showing. So what we did, because Mondays are like everybody gets a case of the Mondays. I don't. I enjoy Mondays. I was saying because I used to wait tables, and they mandatory make you wait Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you could either work I would work Sundays. So brunch was always like a hidden it was like a dinner shift disguised. I mean, it was like a lunch shift disguised on a dinner shift. Like money, everything was all marked up. So I would work all the time, but I always put Mondays because I would work all day Monday because it was just nobody wanted to work. And I was like, I'll take those hours. I'll take that. I'll work by myself. I always tried to like bartend too, and they wouldn't let me. I was like, I'll make my own cocktails. I was like, nah, this place is too big. I'm like, yeah, but not that many people show up. I try a little too. Now that I can go back and reflect on a lot of conversations and stuff I've done and stuff. I'm like, kind of. I see where the liability thing came in, but you gotta take risk, and that's why I've been on the. Oh yeah, let's talk about. I get that ready. No, I mean I woke up at 6. So I wrote the show up a little bit. I changed. I organized everything. I got rid of more memory so I could have more time to like. It's when you put more time to get rid of space to make space, it feels better. I don't feel as flustered or did I save this? Did I not? Like I know I already saved. I'll have this stuff that I saved. Last night before I went to bed, I cleaned out way more gunk, way more stuff I needed to, so that way I could what do you call it have be more comfortable doing this, have more fun and enjoy the show. But yeah, JR, last night we had 11 people the whole time in the video store. That's cool. So we'll talk about that today. We'll talk about yeah. So I have my Manic movies, home video store, show and tell, podcast, and I've got stuff too, which is actually I'm just gonna talk about it real quick. I got postponed till Friday deadline. I am doing something with it, but what do you call it? I haven't been able to touch it right now, but I've been leaving notes for myself. So I didn't want to share those yet because I don't like doing that stuff. But we do have some things to talk about. And yeah, we got 45 minutes. And Mondays are usually kind of a little bit slower at work. The truck might get there early, but be a small order, or get there a little bit later. But I try to knock them out as fast as I can, so I can come back and get ready for stand up. Because tonight I do stand up. Tonight will be episode 17 or attempt 17 at doing open mic comedy. So keeping that going. So that means I started 17 weeks ago. So if it's 4, so I think I've been doing that for 3 months now. Is that what that works? Is that how that works out? Because it's 4. I've been doing it for 4 months now. I've been doing it for 4 months. It doesn't get easier than as you put more time into it, but it gets harder. So it's just like it's a pull and a give. It's fun. I like it's a workout. It's like I'm showing you. It's like a boxer training. I'm not ready to like to talk about a lot of stuff yet, so I'm learning how to do things. But I got some topics for tonight, and I don't even know where I fall on the spectrum of comedy. Like, am I a clean comic? Am I trying to be too offensive? I'm not offensive. Like, I don't know. Just keep going and figure it out. You figure your voice out. You only have the time that they give you. So, but yeah, we got to have fun. So what we did too. So as a like stuff I like to do for like projects from the house, things like we like to work all like in my house. We like working on our hands. So being raised in Acuña in Mexico, you're always doing stuff outside. You know, we use imagination a lot. Working with our hands. I still work with my hands a lot, my body, but my body's giving because the job I do, I'm just getting older. So I'm looking for a job in my field, which I can do something like this. And also, what we're doing here, you'll start noticing, Jared, as you keep checking in and saying stuff. Even if you take a break, like now I'm starting to catch fire, starting to catch fuego, starting to catch because I'm on day 13. There's something around day 14, 15, 16. It just really starts clicking. Even the way I wrote this episode this morning, I knew I was like, when I went to bed last night, I was like, nah, I already know. Like, I know my brain's going to rest. I'm going to wake up and be able to hit it harder. So I was even able to like clean up, organize the way I want everything to come out, except the photos. I was kind of like, this kind of stuff. I was like, let's see. I'm still very clunky on this because I actually I don't want to get rid of the older stuff yet because I still like having this stuff here where I can talk about, when I want to talk about, like Bruce Campbell, if chins could kill. Like I like this one. If you're a filmmaker, highly recommend you reading this book. If you like stories, you're an animator, just read this book or just listen to them on audio tapes. It's like such a great book. I like having those little references there. Don't want to get but I'm running out of space. So let's see if I can add one more photo so I can tell a whole little story real quick. But I don't know how much space I got left. I think I might not be able to get this. But you know, and I've been in the same spot for I've been in Austin 20 years, so I'm trying to stay here. So the terrain, the ground, the environment that I once lived in is not the same. It physically has changed. The mindset has changed. People are changing. People are believing this box too much. So I'm also trying to show you this is the kind of person you're going to work with. Very direct. I know a lot of people don't like being like that. People like hiding their gatekeeping and walls, and it's better. I feel like it's better for just you don't have to be all over each other. I'm not like extrovert. I'm talking because I'm on a show. I don't want to be quiet. I'm super introverted, but very social because I was raised in a big family. So that's kind of how I got around it. How to kind of got around being isolated all the time. I like isolating myself, but as we learned in 2020, I don't like forced isolation. I like doing it to myself. But that being said, I enjoy being on the shows and whatnot, but I also like doing things. So this is stuff we like doing, like my family and I. But this is stuff I don't want to do for work. But this is like a hobbies. Like we had a party going on. It's Mother's Day, birthday. So it's like, well, how do we do this? How do we get how to make the backyard look a little nicer? How do we get safer? So we start throwing away everything. We start dumping everything. And then you realize, oh, I got a lot of space, but the grass didn't come through right, or this part looks burnt, or this part's just not growing, or like my favorite part, my whole favorite patch of grass, I lost because of the shed. Like I didn't know adding this I was going to lose that. I didn't know that was going to happen to me, but it did. I lost my favorite patch of grass, but now it's like turning into a little cool little like patio thing. So, also we have a playscape thing in front of the shed, so it's kind of hard to get to. So my lovey, she decided to make me a path. So we were like, let's make a path. So this is how it looked before. So this kind of is I think it's just like I think 100. No, we needed 100 bricks. I think it was like 80 bricks, something like that. So that's just kind of the beginning. So we're like, all right, look, there's the garden in the back, and if you can see the top in the middle right, it's got to be like the playscape. So always having to go like don't not like go around things. So like, all right, let's just keep going. And this is like Friday. The party's Saturday, so we had everything. We just had to do it. So we put in the path. So there's a deck we had to get fixed with my shout out to my handyman Roberto. He did that, got that going. I was supposed to stain it, but it's been raining so much. I haven't had time. I didn't have time to like clean it up because every time I was like, all right, let's clean it, let's do it. It was just rain, and then I was like, all right, never mind. So I'll wait till it gets a little bit warmer, and I'll stain the deck. And then we just kept going. This is probably about, I think, total 4 hours. So then you had the tarp, and then you just bury the bricks, and then you're ready to add the gravel. Oh, and by the way, we had gravel in there, and the kids all got into it. So I was like, "Well, it's like thinking," but it was fun. Like pebbles, I got pebbles. That's all. It's a mess. That's another thing. Like I'm like, oh, it's gonna take some time. It's a mess. It's everywhere. But the kids had fun, so I don't care. Like that don't bother me. But I was like, at one point, I had to give up. I was like, stop, stop, just do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. You kids gotta act like kids, and that way I could be a dad. I can be like I could get on the roof and do the piñata. That was fun. As you can see here in my latest photo, I was at the dad was the guy on top of the, the roof. It was fun. And then Ronnie, my one of my childhood friends, he was at the bottom, so he was holding it, and we were just like, I was like, oh, we're the two kids. But we get to have all this fun stuff because it's all, and I can't afford people in Austin. Like I'm like, dude, to do the part of my fence, I had some friends come over, older gentlemen, older migrant gentlemen that were usually they do good jobs, and they were going to give me a really good deal, and they literally like slashed everything. Like they're like, this is like the bare bones we could charge. Like this is where our wives won't get mad at us. This is like right here. This is right here. And I was like, cool. It was like $1,600 to do like this much fence, and if I wanted, like, that would get me started, and then could do the rest or whatever. So I just said, forget it. I'll do it myself, which I did start everything. I dug the holes. I just didn't do it. I was afraid to do concrete, but now I'm not. So I'll get into it soon. But what I'm trying to say is like just to do that piece, it was like expensive. So ever since then, I've always been like, let's do it ourselves. Certain jobs, like the deck. I was like, I don't want to do that. So we paid that. Or like certain jobs, I don't want to, like, they'll just need a lot of time, or I don't want to do it. I don't want to pay somebody a job I can do, but also I don't want to. I have other time I need for this, so I'll have to pay where I have to do and just get a professional, right? But you find that professional with time and confidence. We did before we found our handyman, and then the way his system works is it works well with our system, like even payment and everything, and then communication wise. But the way we work is what do you call it? Just it's simple. He just tells me what he's gonna do, gives me an invoice. I say okay, pay what he does a job, I pay him. He does a great job. So I don't like. I'd rather save the time on that. But also like it takes time to find that person, to find that quality person, to get that feel, to that confidence that all right, they said they're gonna be here on Friday, they're here on Friday, and then they're done. Or they say, hey, I can show up on Tuesday. If you want to do that, like sure, just be flexible a little bit, right? But yeah, you build that confidence because there's a lot of things that he's done for us that we've paid into the house that I didn't realize that they're just minimum things we needed, like electrical, stuff like that. So as I learned to do more, like that's so cool. Like I'm saying, like when bringing all this up, like, we'll do stuff for ourselves, but it still takes time. But I wasn't gonna. I was like, it was just family time for me. I wasn't gonna try to like do this stuff. And so this is I'm learning like Monday through Friday. We're gonna get this going. So the beginning of the week starts on Wednesday. So that's more of this show of the week. So it gives me more buffer time with Monday, Tuesday, because Monday, Tuesday are kind of like my work. Like Monday's kind of like my busiest day, like with everything. It's work in the morning. We're now doing this, and then work in the morning, and then when I'm done, I have to get ready for stand up, and then I got my Mondays, and the whole time I gotta get my kid from school, and I gotta hang out. So it's like a lot at one time. But we do it for the Instagram photo. That's how it looks at night. It's awesome. I even like the flare from the lights. So got the garden there. There's the shed. That's where I'm in right now. But I'm holding off on the I got stuff too a little bit because a lot of the kids came in the studio and they're in the shed and they're looking at it like, oh, what are you having here? What's cool? What's going on? Well, one of the kids is what do you call it? Is an artist. Well, all I drop, he's really good. And he was like, how do we do this? How do we do that? And he saw a YouTube video of mine or the illustration one I did. So now he wants to know where I did my videos. And I told him, oh, I do them in here. Or I do one that's actually in the kitchen table. And he was like, well, I want to do videos. I want to learn. How do you teach me? How do we do this? So I was like, oh, okay. You really want, like, and he showed me his drawings and I was like, wow. So taking it, that kind of came at me without knowing. So I want to do a 11 by 17 graphic kind of novel for him with my some of my storyboards I already have, because he already wanted to color them, and I was like, well, I need. They're this big, they're tiny. Like I don't. They're not. You're not gonna be able to color them well. I can blow them up, and we can do it. So I'm gonna do the storyboard book for I Got Stuff Too, and I'm gonna print it out for him, give it to him by Friday, and that way he can have something to color and draw. But I also wanted to explain what it does, so that way and that's what's going to live in the video store. That's going to live in my Manic movie. So, I'll show you the process, because now I'm starting to really see how time works. I'm seeing how this goes, and like spending time with the kids was great and it was fun. And I want to be able to help them out where they need to go. So if they have questions about stuff like this, and there's already a kid that's a 7-year-old that wants to be an animator, I'm like, let's just show them the books. There's the movies. There's find what you like and just focus on that. But sometimes we need a little direction, or we need to see somebody doing it. And I think I'm the target. So I don't want to be like, nah, this is way too hard. Or I'm not trying. I'm literally trying not to do what was done to me, like by blocking me or denying me or lying to me. I don't want to give children too much information. They need to find stuff on their own. But when they start digging or start questioning, and I'm like, all right, you got questions, we got answers. So this show is for me to show skills of what I can do. It's a resume show, basically, right? Or what am I, a promotional show, right? Or it's a what I also thought was it's my kind of my cry for help, in a sense, where I saw a gentleman this past week who had a sign. I wish I could take a photo of him, but I don't like doing candid photos. But sometimes I'm like, it's actually a very powerful statement. Now I think about it, I wish I would have done it. But all you had a sign that just said, on Saturday morning I was doing my runs for work. He had a sign that said, "Will work for money. Period. What do you need me to do?" The guy was a little like he looked big kind of guy, like kind of tall, but he was kind of like he was just kind of out there, just like, I just want to work. And I think this is my version of him, because I'm trying to hold up a sign saying like, I just want to work, right? But at the same time, I'm learning I don't want to work for anybody else, really. I just want to work for myself. This is pushing me to work towards things that I want to do. The fictional video store is farther. Like, I never thought about calling it the home video store. Now it's like, oh, cool. Now we're talking about it more. Jared's been interested in it, and we had talked last night. So building ideas, creating things, that's the whole point of, excuse me, that's the whole point of all this. So we can show progress. I want to show progress. Like, I want to show, like, look, we got the idea. We want to do this. Here's the first step. We got to get a path. We got to get going. I got to get the ideas out. We got to make the book. We got to get it all going on paper. All right, now we got to start. We have a good rough draft. All right, let's start finalizing it so we can have our final product. So we can give it out there and people can learn. So this is kind of the process I'm learning about life. Gardening has opened up my eyes a lot. Doing my own like renovations. Even like I think I was talking about last night. A lot of my family members that purchased homes were finding out being a homeowner puts a burden on you, and they're right, because there are some stuff here where I just been like, when the AC went out when we first owned it, like that got hot, and we figured out a way around that, but we got that fixed. And then like we've had issues, when you buy an older home, but I feel like I like not there literally, but I feel like I've lived in the up home, like I'm in a little home, tiny home. My home's tiny, but then like Austin's growing all big, so it just feels like we're in a little neighborhood, a bunch of up homes. I got lucky. Our home was a lot more. It needed a lot more TLC than you can imagine, and we put it in there. So I'm not planning on leaving. So I want to be working within my field. So what is my field? Multimedia, graphic design, animating. So also this is helping me narrow it down. So once we get, if we're at, like I said, we're at day 13 today. If we're at, by the time we're at day 21, which the habit should already have kicked in by now, and I'm showing you how this show's working, how I'm building the resume, building everything. Because also, like, I didn't work on my website last week. Sorry. So I'm like, all right, you got those 2 weeks to figure it out. Where's the timing? Where are we going to put in? You just do it. And it's also a lot of things I've been doing, like even like texting people or emailing people. Like if I think about it, just do it then. If not, I'll forget. And then 4 days will pass by. Because I got to talk about my show, Electrónico Fantástico, Spanglish and in vivo, video, sketch, stand-up, and improv comedy show. Friday, May 24th, 7 p.m. Tickets at falloutcomedy.itx. And you can go to falloutcomedy.com to find out more information about the show, or you can just ask me here. And it's my my version of In Living Color, SNL, Mad TV. So it's just a little sketch show. Actually, that's next week. That's coming up. That's in less than 11 days or something. So I gotta hurry up and start promoting this thing. So I'm learning how to do this stuff I never really thought I would be doing. And then I think a lot of stuff gets annoying if you're doing it wrong or just trying to like spoon feed people. Just like I'm not spoon feeding, but like shove it down their throat with like, hey, look what I do. Look at this. Look at this. I'm just like letting you know what I'm doing. If you're interested and want to know, when I come hang out, you want to see what I'm doing, you want to learn. Here's what I'm doing. Just basically took all the years of all my education experience and just kind of just balling it all up, because you know, I kind of created this who I am today. So kind of I did, but what I'm trying to say is like this is like something different, learning about like doing even the JDF thing, like the learning from him, the 21 days, even after he's passed, like I'm still doing it, I'm still working on it. Oh, that's good tea. I get that I like the detox tea. I've been drinking teas for a long time now. I dated a girl who really like had a whole thing about teas, and she got me into them, but I didn't realize how good they can be. And also, when I was working at this restaurant, and I noticed that these like older women would come in, and they would order just water and hot water and lemon, and that's all they would drink. And I'm like, man, that's not a bad idea. So I started doing that. Then I started doing teas, and kind of got me there. Sorry. Ah, didn't really sleep. Yo, Kevin in the house. Yo, the boys are here. Brian's in California, still asleep. It's 6 o'clock over there. Okay, he's gonna get the tail end of the show. Yeah, it's Monday morning, guys. Nobody wants to be here. Nobody wants to be at work, but let's have fun. Hey, Kevin, last night we talked about the video store. We thought more and more. So Jared was interested. So we're talking. We talked about it. Where did I put this? Oh, it's in here. So now we're calling it. Where did I put it? Where are you? There we go. Home video store. So now we know it's a home video store. Before it was my Mac movies, you don't know what that is, but now we do know. I've been talking about this for a minute. Like I said, I'm gonna LeVar Ball this. I'm gonna talk it to existence. So let's say stay on ball. All right, so yeah, so this is the origin story. I was doing this origin story is coming together slowly but surely. We'll build this store brick by brick by using click by click. So that's the latest update. So we're clicking, we're using clicks, like, subscribe. I got about four so far. I got four solid um individuals that are gonna follow me through this, and we're gonna go together. So, you have any questions on this journey? You let me know. I'll go get these answers for you. You want to see me try something out? Then let me know, because y'all keep consistently showing up. So this is what we do, right? I'll take lead, and then y'all come over the back, watch my six, and make sure we don't get flanked. We're good to go. Oh, man, when I used to game, I really got into Call of Duty and Halo, just to kind of talk silly, and I really got into that. So maybe I'll get back into that one day. But right now we got to focus about the store. So things today, I do gotta clean. I promised someone that I would start cleaning the garage, because that's also gonna be our warehouse for all our things, our merchandise, because we're gonna start selling things. We sell things. It's a video store. It's a retail store. It's an actual business. So I need to work on my garage is 99 or maybe 110% full. It used to be worse. It was like 150% over, but now we're going to clean it out. And that's going to be our warehouse until we enclose it, because that's what eventually we're working towards, enclosing it so we have more space. Because like I say, like our home is small, but we have somehow I got a good chunk of land, so we can kind of stretch it out a bit. So I don't have any income like what I want, so I'm trying to work towards it. Like I said, doing this job. If not, we'll just Dungeons and Dragons this thing. We'll get a following, because I noticed I haven't got more subs yet, so we got to keep going. But we're at the pivotal point. We're at day 13. This is where the gears really start going. This is where I started getting a bunch of ideas the last 2 days. I'm like, all right. And that's why last night when I went to bed, like I said, I wasn't trying to be worried about like, oh, Monday was stress. So like, it's gonna happen. But I did clear up a lot of memory from StreamYard, and a lot of my computer. I cleaned up a little bit of memory, so now I feel more confident. Like, all right, I know where things are going. I'm organized. I'm organizing this. Like, that's one thing I gotta talk about when it comes to working in this field with podcasting, video animating, video editing, anything like that. You're gonna have to be very organized, and you're gonna have to know how to storage. Unless you don't care, I'm just throwing it out there. And if like I want to keep all my original stuff, because I don't want any. If I put on YouTube and then YouTube decides to like ban me for whatever reason, and they'll have all my stuff, or they delete all my stuff, then I don't have any backup copies. can't show anybody what I've been doing. So a lot of this recent years was just me learning how to be in here. Ty Gwynn, my comedian buddy, the guy I do the podcast with, Wait That Didn't Kill You. He's been showing me this thing. Like, this is where I'm putting all my time into my other job, and my thing over here is kind of doing this. I had it like here at one point, but then it just kind of fell back. So I'm gonna start. That's why I'm doing. That's why I got the idea to just keep streaming, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm wasting my time, because I'm like chilling a lot half the time, or I'm just like hanging out with my son, and school's almost over for them, so kindergarten's about to be over, and I just we're gonna be doing stuff, hanging out, but I want to make sure I have everything ready for him. I want to make sure. Another thing is I'm reading in Spanish to him, so that's probably be a part of my YouTube series I'll do, because I do like reading to my kid, and he wants to learn Spanish. So, my mom was teaching him Spanish again yesterday, and he can pick it up and he can enunciate the words. So it's a good thing to help my mini me, my younger self, my clone, help him. What do you call it? Learn things already that he wants to do. So it takes time. So I don't want to use my kid and my family as my excuse, but it's an awareness, like, hey, that takes time and this takes time. Just balance it. Balance. That's all I'm doing. But I'm also moving. So moving forward, like I said, I got stuff too. Moved till Friday, because I'm gonna be working on that during the week, at least an hour a day. I got to work on stand up today, so I do have a set that I've been kind of writing. I've been writing the what do you call it, setups for the last 3 days. So I'm gonna write the punchlines today, or see where I fit them. But I might only write 2 minutes of jokes. I wanna, because it gives 4 minutes, which is a good amount of time. But I want to do 2 minutes, because I don't really want to force myself to be up there. I want to get a good solid two. If I can do a good solid two today, then I'll do it again next week, or maybe I'll add that third minute or fourth minute. But I want to have a good solid two that I'm falling back on, and that way I can, like I said, like even with my organization of this show, and how I am taking care of my notes now. So when you take care of your notes, I have something to fall back on and be like, what did I do? What am I there? Like, what did I do? What did I do? Little Anakin there. But like, check it out. Share this with y'all. This is cool. So StreamYard can do a lot of this. And then maybe I get a free StreamYard. I think it's this. It better be this. Yeah, I think it's this. So you see, even like just the writing, keeping. I guess like I was like writing stuff Monday, and I was like, wait, does this even make sense? Oh, is it showing? It's not even coming out. Is it coming out? Nah. I did this last time. Never mind, didn't work. Anyways, well, just like learning how to what do you call it? Sorry, let me get rid of this real quick. I don't know what I did. Stop sharing. There you go. There you go. That's better. Yeah, just the way I'm learning the layout, learning how to use just the like my graphic design and background, and just learning how to like make sure it sticks out and it's presentable. And also when like somebody asked me, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? Well, I've been teaching myself how to do this. So here's where I first started, and here's where I'm at now. Here's the amount of time it took me to get here. It's very specific if I need to be, showing people I can learn. This is also another thing I want to be getting this show people I can learn things. So, but yeah, but like for today, this episode, I had a good time Mother's Day. Today's actually Mother's Day in Mexico, and I call my grandma and stuff like that. So family time does take time. So I'd rather focus on that, and then focus on this, and then do my job. It's sorry, those phases take a lot of time. So chopping everything up in bits. But I liked it last night. I want to figure out how to. I think I just need to get more following, but I want to figure out how we can watch. I can show you what I'm watching on the video store, and you can kind of hang out with me, and we can watch a movie together. Even if it's just like, because I was thinking like without the audio, you could what do you call it? You can see it, and then the audio is good. I think audio triggers a lot of these things, but so I thought maybe the video, but I think what happens is, because we found out yesterday, because JR and Brian were finding out that it was taking me off. But I think somebody has to go and look at it, and they're monitoring. Like, hey, this guy's showing a movie. All right, get him out of here. So, and the fact that I guess I had multiple streams running, they kept me in, because I was in the video store. That was cool. I was still in the video store. So CJ Robles was taken down, but the video, I was still in the video store. So I was like, hey, I'm in here. So that's cool. See where I'm going with this, bringing it to life. But also, like, I haven't written, so I've just been typing. I actually physically have to write. So when I get home, I'll do some writing. And yeah, so yeah, we're working on the update. But like I said, also doing the home renovations, Mother's Day. There you go, so show and tell. Um, so the podcast. So a lot of my time also has been going on to a podcast I've been doing with a comedian friend of mine, Ty Gwynn, Pflugerville's natives, rapper. He has the look up Pflugerville Anthem. That's him. He started a podcast, and I'm helping him produce and co-host. I'm literally doing the two jobs from End of the Night Show at once, but we're doing it live, which is great. We had a really good show last week. I have all the first episode edited. We're gonna get launched it soon. I just the partying and everything because also I'm the dad the dad that runs around. I'm the guy that gets chased a lot. That we had a Wild Kratts theme party. So if you don't know what Wild Kratts are, it's just two brothers that have a show where they talk about animals, kind of like zoo show, kind of like it's a cool little animation show too. It's animated show at that, and they all became animals. So dad became the gorilla. I was a silverback, but man, I was getting chased by every like these kids are. I'm not getting slower, but these kids are getting faster. That was easier when they were a lot little, but now they're like keeping up with me and they're grabbing me and they're catching me and they're like, I got you, we're it, you're tagged. So that gets fun. But all that being said, what do you call it? I'm putting a lot of my time into the podcast. It's a podcast about taking risks. Now this will be this week if we get the show going, it'll be our fourth meetup. So it'll be a month of us doing this. And the first one was just kind of us just getting together, talking and figuring it out. The second one is basically episode one is JP Lambiase, and then we have Yula Liu is the second guest, and then we have a guest for the 28th, and we need a guest for 2 days. I think we're having somebody. I got to reach out with Ty, but yeah, like I said, let's take it. So I had to learn how to podcast. I had to teach myself, and I'm having some troubleshooting issues with podcasting because my mic's not working. So that's gonna have to take me some time. I have to do that today. I have to troubleshoot that today because tomorrow I have to dive into it. I can't start troubleshooting the podcast the day before, because day of it's got to already be primed. So I got to get home from work today, which I'm gonna leave in about 17 minutes. I go straight to work, and then I gotta go. Hopefully, I haven't got any notifications, so I don't even know if the trucks are there yet. So let's see. No notifications. Look, let's see. We're still talking about X-Men 97. Yeah, the guys. I found out yesterday. These people. They're like. We do a post in the group chats. They talk. But yeah, learning. Sorry, I was distracted. Learning how to do. What do you call it? Podcasting from streaming is because it's the same feel. You're still kind of. It's like it's literally the difference between Muay Thai and kickboxing. Like you're like, oh, okay, you just got to learn how to put things certain from, or from boxing to kickboxing. It's the same style. Brazilian jiu-jitsu or wrestling, I guess, would be kind of like you're kind of in the same stance, kind of not. Kind of use different parts of your body. Got a lot of comments here. Let's see. I actually don't think I have any interest in much of your content here. I really don't understand your field. I can say the watching lately has been positive for me. Thanks for positive. Yeah, like you got to see, like we're in the beginning, Jer. You don't gotta hang around. You got. What I'm saying is, I'm planting seeds. So I've literally been streaming every day. But it's starting. So when you start seeing the connection of the dots, because right now I'm bare bone. Like I don't have any backing. I don't have any following. I don't have anything. So I'm gonna have to do everything on my own. So it's the loop I'm in. I'm in a thing. But thanks for your honesty, man. This is good feedback. One thing you learn from what do you call it? Going to school like for motion graphics and graphic design and whatnot, the designing school, they if you're weak and you can't take feedback or constructive criticism, they will eat you up. You'll get eaten up. You'll find a way. They'll find a way to like not on purpose. It's just what it's supposed to do. So I've been spit up and chewed up and thrown on stage. But once you start seeing what I'm doing with the videos, I'm connecting it all too, because so many platforms, so many things to talk about, so many things you got to do. I'm learning actually how to do social media, but the whole thing about it is, till I get a job in my field, is am I making a field? Am I in the field? Am I where I'm trying to find a way to get. It's not as simple as applying for a job and getting in it. It's not that. You can't do that anymore. So I'm taking matters in my own hand and figuring it out. But the positivity, that's another thing. That's what I'm bringing. Um, from I'm 40 years old, from when I was 26 till now, I listened to motivational videos without knowing I was listening to the motivational videos just to kind of help me be. I was very negative and very toxic, so I was always put down a lot. So I always believed a lot of stuff. But then as I started getting older and started cleaning my life up, I just decided one day I'm gonna start listening to positive things because I started seeing how positive people are and started working on it a little bit more. So then I just started listening to this stuff, not knowing it was gonna get stuck in my head. So now I'm a basketball player. That's I'm an older gentleman. You know, my basketball career is kind of fading out a little bit, and also, but I'm doing coaching stuff. So now I'm learning how to coach and learning how to win and how to play stuff. So content on my channel is, like I said, randomness, but I'm learning how to funnel it now. But I'm learning how to do a lot of positive. So I would like to keep people positive. I would like people to be in better moods. I would like to show people that they can do anything by trying if you apply yourself. And like I said, I just did one last night. It was a fun show. This is more Monday. This is work. Like this is the work thing. So I'm showing how to how to organize. You know, it might not make sense now. This is very groundbreaking, like for me. So when we get to day 21, that's the thing. Every day should not be the same. Now we're having more interactions. 13 days ago, I wasn't talking to anybody. See, starts having more fun. But you'll learn about me, and it's also like what do you call it? I have the other shows. That's why I do the other shows. My Manic Mondays, we can go in there. We can talk movies. We can talk mental health. We could talk anything, dude. Pop culture. I'd like to stay there. This is more of a work channel show. So I'm also starting to show the significance from different shows. Because also when I'm inside my Manic Movies, the video store, it's going to be more of a more of me hanging out. This is showing people that, oh, this guy's personality, this is who he is. He's working on this. He's showing telling. You know, I'm doing things because I got to get the podcast I'm doing. Like, also, my time has been so Mondays. I'm just kind of figuring out to be like, it's not a Monday work week for me, but for everyone else it is. You know. But yeah, dude. Keep hanging in, home. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Like you just keep doing what I'm doing. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Yeah, bring them around. You'll see. You'll see. Because this weekend I have a convention. This is my first convention of the year. I have things planned out. I'm doing there. So when I go to the convention and I do things, I'm gonna bring it back here, and then we're gonna do videos and we're gonna edit. And we're gonna have things to show as a resume. So all this leads up to somebody being like, "Oh, I missed this show. I don't really want to watch this." So I just go to my website. It's a entangled game is what we're doing here. Thank you, but thank you. The channel. I mean, I got a lot of interviews. I still gotta edit and take out. But the main reason I haven't thrown out those videos because I gotta write them and I don't just like the JDF. I just had to throw it out. If he passed away, it forced me. I didn't like people were like I was getting personal messages from friends or people would come up to me like my friends that would come up to me and be like, "Hey, dude, what WF, man? Why haven't you posted the video? You had the video. You showed me the video. Why haven't you posted it? Post it, post it, post it." And I was like, okay. I was going to comedy shows and comedians were coming up to me like, I found you that you did this interview. That what's going on? What's going on? I was like, oh, I just posted. So it was like, I was like, whoa. I was like, at first, because from the comedy scene, I've been in the comedy scene for a minute, but just been as a fly on the wall and slowly crossing over. I didn't want to just show up and stumble into it. So people were starting making friends, started getting to know things, starting to know the routine, starting to see how it goes. It's like basketball. You go look for the best parks, and then you find out why some of the parks are better here and there and in different times. But I started doing all that just because I naturally do that. But I started posting JDF, the interview, more people were like, "Oh, that's what he does." So I'm trying to get more and more. I don't know how to do YouTube either. I don't know how to do all this. Like I'm learning. But thank you. After the stream yesterday, I swear to God, it gave me a momentum and the short supply lately. I watched Joey Coco Diaz. Don't think I have the balls to do stand up, dude. I grew up very similar side adjacent. I can be a primo here, primito. Like when you listen to Joy Coco Diaz and the way he talks, that's what I was raised around. Like he's more of an Americanized version of what I was raised around because the stories where he talks about the Cubanos he was raised around, like I'm not Cuban, but Hispanic, very Latino, very similar. The stories he talks about those guys, I'm like, oh yeah, I what do you call it? Resonate. Sorry, I thought about Lee Sayat. So check this out, Jared. You know Joey Coco Diaz. You know Lee Sayat. Joey found Lee to do the show from, but little did Lee know that it was going to force him to do things. So you see the beginning where Lee Sayat starts off doing the shows, whatever, and Joey Diaz gave him the Coco gave him a shot, and you see what he's doing, man. He's progressing. He was working out. He was doing stand up. He got a girlfriend. He was getting recognition. That's a great story. Like I'm a Lee Sayat fan. Like I want to know how he's doing. I haven't checked in on him in a minute, but I'm a fan of his because I see what he did. And now I'm doing the same thing with Ty Gwynn. He reached out to me. He needs help. And I'm like, yo, let's do it. Let's do it. You know, but I love the way he works, man. He's so smart, dude. It's like, you know, he's got it down. You know, he's teaching me little things, you know, but he's been doing comedy for 8 years, 9 years, something like that. He's a pro. So, you know, when you, and also, this is me now. Like I can only really hang around comics because I have that like background of a Joey Diaz, because I was raised in that kind of violence. You know, kind of like my sense of humor might not be for everybody. So this is why I'm here. I'm like this all the time, but you know, get me around comedians, I'll start talking some funny stuff or just talk off the cuff. I don't care. I don't care to get reprimanded because you're gonna do it anyways. And if you're gonna think that I'm a certain way, fine, think like that. But this is who I am. You're not gonna deny me. People start coming hanging out with me. People start knowing who I am. They're gonna be able to back me up, and that's really a main problem I have with certain things where I don't bring enough. So this is me bringing things to people that they need to see because I'm trying to just do too many things. At a certain point, I had to stop doing freelance work because my child needed me. So I was like, forget it. But then what that does, my brain doesn't stop thinking. So I'm just, all right, what can I do now? What can I do now? So it's all led me to this now. So this is what we're doing. We're making a network. We're growing. We're seeing it. But dude, if you have that momentum, go put that into something else. And if you want to do stand up, I dare you to do stand up where you at, where you are. Jared, what it'll do to you, it'll build confidence. Now I'm doing stand up for my mental health. Like I'm not planning to not do stand up. I'm 40 years now. In 10 years, I'll be 50. In 20 years, I'll be 60, and so on. I'll be 70. I'm still going to be doing stand up. I I took a year to carve out Monday nights so I can focus on just doing stand up. I took the comedy class with Ty Gwynn while I started doing stand up so I could learn more of the points and know things what to do. I've been working at a comedy theater for 3 years, not knowing that I was going to fall in love with stand up because stand up has always been there with me all my life. I will share something with you real quick because we got 8 minutes left. But there's a comedian there back in the day, like in 2000, like I guess this is no man, this was in 2013. So when I moved to LA in 2013 for a year, and there was you could only watch like stand up really on internet, but you could watch it on Comedy Central. They had all the Comedy Central's presents, and if you watched it at like 11 o'clock, like on a Friday night or whatever, from 11 p.m. to midnight, it would show the 1 hour special, and then they sometimes would just repeat it, so it would be like the same special back to back. I didn't have TVR or anything, but I'd watch the special, and there was a guy named Jordan Rubens, and he's like a Jewish comedian. And dude, I saw a special like 6 times. Cracked me up, cracked me up. I was like, this guy's so funny, man. That's so cool. Um, Long story short, I was still drinking at the time. I moved to LA. My first night in LA, just shady people all the time. I had a shady roommate, so he was doing something shady, and I was like, well, I guess I gotta sleep outside. So I had to, not shady, but he's just, I don't know, sleazebaggy, more sleazebaggy than shady. Anyways, so I had to go and like sleep outside, but I got drunk and I peed on my phone. Yeah, it happens. And I'm being honest, So what happened was my phone broke, so I had to go to Apple to get a new one. So that morning I woke up and I was like, oh man, my phone's ready. I had to figure out to get to the Grove, and it wasn't far, so I got to it and to get a new phone, and I had the Apple iCare, and I think it was protected by P or whatever. But I got there and I get in line, and it's like a long line at the Apple store. And I was just like, man, it's a long line. Like, I'm gonna just chill here. So I don't have a phone, I don't have anything to do, so I'm just waiting in line. And then I turn around, and that comedian, Jordan Rubin, is right behind me. And I was like, holy shit. What do you I look at him, I go, oh, you're Jordan Rubin. He goes, yeah, that's what I'm back. What's up, man? I go, hey, yeah, I just literally saw your stand-up like last week and the week before. I've been watching. That's a good one. So, oh yeah, dude, that's cool, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. And he turns around and he's like, kind of, what's the long line? We're just there, and I'm like, I don't want to bother him. I'm like, this is the first I'm tripping out that he's right in front of me. And then he what do you call it? He looks around, and I guess the guy behind him was trying to talk to him or something, and he was like, I don't want to talk to this guy. So he turned around and he tapped me on the shoulder. He goes, hey man, so you know me? Let me know you. So then he just talked to me. He like we just had a conversation. And he's a stand-up, right? And he's writing for shows. He writes for the Oscars. He writes for the he writes. He's like a roast writer and all that stuff. And he tells me, he gives me some advice. He goes, you like comedy, huh? I go, yeah. He goes, you want to do comedy? I go, I don't know. You should do it. Just do it. Start doing it. You think about it, huh? I go, well, I guess, you know. So he goes, yeah. He goes. I go, yeah, but I'm a filmmaker. He goes, oh, filmmaker, okay. So he goes, yeah, but I have trouble with ideas. He goes, ideas? Oh, okay. Write it down. But write everything you do. Just write down, just write down. He's like, okay, okay. And I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, you have ideas, write them down. You can't forget them if you write them down. So we had, that's the main part I got of it. But we had a really cool like hanging out for him 2 hours, and I was like, well, this is weird. Like I saw him on TV. Now he's in front of me. Now he's giving me advice, and it's because the person next to him annoyed him. So he was like, I'll talk to you instead. I got lucky, right? So I look at those little things. I realize that maybe I was supposed to be stand up. Maybe I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. But what happens is I even say like I went to LA to go figure out filmmaking. I was trying to figure out get on sets, which I did get on movie sets, and more of a PA, more of a designer kind of thing, not really acting. So or filmmaking at that. So I was like, all right, whatever. But when I would go to the comedy store, I lived so close to the comedy store, I would go there all the time and just walk in there and just see who was there and have a good time. And they was just calling me all the time. But now the joke is on me because comedy moved to me where I'm at. Now there's literally a thing, a mothership just standing around top of me. So I'm like, there's no excuse for me to say like, oh, I couldn't do it. Or so a lot of this stuff, this show is showing my son that when he gets older, he sees like, I don't want to ever have him look at me and say, you remember my dad? He always talked about it, but he never did it. Or remember how my dad, he started and didn't finish it. Or I don't want any of those stories. I don't ever want him to tell me, hey dad, I tried, but I gave up because you've tried something and you failed and you thought it was okay. I can't fail. So one thing about this show is I'm going to keep going. And if I can motivate you and I can do that, it's because I try to live a life where I can be an example. I don't know, man. I do stupid stuff too. I don't know. I'm just trying to grow the channel to show that this kind of person you're going to work with. That's basically also what I'm doing. So when I start doing the show and tell stuff, when I start showing the booklets, when you start seeing the tangibles, then you'll start believing me more. Because I can't show you all the stuff I've done recently, but it's all kind of like a little broken. But I love comedians, and I love being around them. Learning how to be around them too is another thing. But I'm having a good time with the process. Every Monday to get on stage. That's the goal. That's all I can do right now. I'm probably not funny at all, but I'm gonna figure it out. And if it's not even being funny, it's like learning how to tell jokes is what I'm focusing on. Learning how to bomb, learning how to be comfortable on stage, learning how to trust myself. Let's see. JR, you do have balls. I can. I'll start with one joke. If that your dream, you better chase it. Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, dude. And that's you backing you up. Kevin's got your back. If you want to do stand up, dude, that's what I'm hearing. I'm an example. I'm gonna get in your damn head now and start drilling. Because if I get funny, and you say I can show you where I started and how long it took me to get funny, then it can be done. It can be possible. You can do it. You can try. But also what stand-up does, and I was leading to saying like I'm gonna do it forever because that's what I want to do, or for all time. I want to actually be known like, oh, he's a stand-up comedian. That's my goal now. Like I want to be known. Like I'm an open micer right now. I'm not stand-up, so I gotta work towards it. Right, we're leveling up. But but if I can tell you something about all that, like it'll do something for you. You might not be a professional stand-up. You might not be famous. You might not be rich. You might not make anything out of it. You might not be one of the few. But what's gonna happen to you? It's gonna build confidence. It's gonna build structure. It's gonna because you're gonna want to get better. You don't want to bomb. You don't want to eat shit on stage. You don't want to. You want to be good. You want to look at the peers. You want to look at people around you. You don't want to take it as a joke. You don't want to just say to do you're doing it. It's like degrees these days. People get degrees just say they got a degree. Like, okay, you got debt. Like, I don't understand it. If you got it for free, great. But it's the education. It's the work. That's what's important. It's applying. It's the application. You learned it, apply it. So all my education I've learned, I'm applying now. This is what I've learned. I'm teaching myself. If somebody were to tell me like, hey, dude, I need a live stream right now. Can you help me out? I'd be like, yeah, send me this. I send you my link, send me the money, send me this, boom, boom. I can't work for free, but I can do it for you real fast. If it comes out clunky, it's because you gave me no time to work on it. You give me a week, we'll see what we can do. You give me a month, oh yeah, maybe it's too much time, but we work it out. But dude, go out there and Yeah, not even chasing your dreams. Because I'm the smart ass. Let me tell you this: when we were in my last my design class for motion graphics, our portfolio class, they said, CJ, what is your dream job? And I said, I don't dream about work. That's a smart ass answer. But I've been introduced to work at a very young age, especially day labor work. So I'm like, well, the idea would be, I get for the project. I said, I mean, for the exercise, I said, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to do something by myself and independent. This is exactly where told myself in 2017 where I'm at now. So it took a little time, but I'm figuring out. So now it's like, all right, let's just pretend that we're on a meteor or we're on a ship, and the ship I'm on, the vessel I'm in, is breaking, and I need to move on to another one. So this is you're watching me in real time do it. I have balls, but I live in South Carolina. Bro, I live in Texas. I'm here, dude. We got that. We got everything here, brother. We got some dumb asses here, brother. You want to see some dumb shit? You come over here to Texas, bro. We got some idiots, man. You think California getting taking all credit? No, brother. We got some real good ones here. Hey, but South Carolina comedians are coming out, bro. The it doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't matter your environment. Like, if it sucks, it sucks. If it sucks for everybody else, let's make fun of it so we all can feel good about sucking. That's all jokes are. That's why it comes the roots from here. It's there. Oh, I already hit an hour. I gotta go. But we're talking though. Bigger problems than being a stand-up at the moment. There's always gonna be problems, man. You're right. There always gonna be problems. But it's up to you, man. You know, I'm here for you. Motivate you. I'm telling you, uh 2017, the best years. Dude, 2016 was killing everybody. Took my grandma. I had a great grandma. She lived to 106. Yeah, she lived to 106, and it took her. 2016 took her. It took also there, but she was at 106. Now I'll also say this about myself, because I gotta finish the show. But tonight I'm doing my Manic Mondays, and that's more of an emotional show. But I'll say that I nostalgia for me is more like timestamps or temporary places that I like to be in, because I had a horrible childhood, and I don't want to go back to that mindset. So I'm always like, you know, leave the past where it's at, but learn from it. But this is me doing future stuff. Also, this is what people are doing right now. I know so many people, especially on the East Coast, that are doing what I'm doing now. They're live streaming. They've learned how to make a living doing this. So I'm just basically following a lot what they do. A lot of them, but it's also bringing it into what I'm doing. So if I am a filmmaker and I am doing this acting, I have to bring you guys things. If I'm not bringing you anything, you will have no interest. You will have no following. You will have nothing. But Jared, as you will know, as a store, we're patient. I've been talking about gardening. I'm boring. I even have a show that I'm trying to make so I can bring it to you guys called The Boring Guy Show. Do do do. No, that's another song. Is it called This is the Boring Guy Show. He likes to think, he likes to grow, he likes to learn to make a show. So he's boring. It's okay because that show is only on Fridays. It's like it's a boring. To have this kind of stuff, to be able to be a good artist, to be a creator, you have to be a little boring. You do have to live, but for people that want to just put tattoos all over their body, want attention, want piercings, want all these stories, like look at me, look at that's not that person doesn't. I don't know. In my opinion, half those people I meet are cool, whatever, but the other half, there are some halves that just thought it was cool to get a tattoo to get attention for it, and I'm like, that's all right. I just rather have my attention on paper, my tattoos on paper and stuff on digital. Me trying to take a jab. But South Carolina, you also too, Jared. I'm sorry, when you talk about politics, I don't pay attention to um, politics. I try not to age myself. The news is very negative, and I try to stay away from it. I worked in it, when I was younger, and I learned a lot of things, a lot of bad habits that I didn't want to. I saw a lot of bad habits. So I was like, I don't want to be here in this environment, so I stayed away. But like I said, my journalism was my first background, and that's what I was taught because there was no filmmaking classes, so we had to learn through books, through the internet, through workshops, how to be a filmmaker. I do have a 48-hour film project we're doing in mid-June, so you're going to look forward to that, because what happens is y'all get to see the behind the stuff while I'm doing that. I do have a friend that is willing to come and record stuff, so to kind of see as we can grow this channel. That's what I'm saying, dude. Bro, you got this stock so low right now, Jar. You hang in there. Give me like, it sounds funny, right? This guy's asking for 2.5 years, but by the time we get that momentum from where I'm at there, what we're doing then, oh, Joy Coco Diaz, I'll be interviewing him. Give me a year. Let's see. Let's throw it out there. Let's throw it, timestamp it. Boom, a year. We'll be interviewing him. Maybe sooner, but I do have interviews, Jared. I'll start cranking those out for on the tube so you can see them. You can see what I've been doing. I do have stuff I've been archiving. I haven't just been dadding. Been figuring a lot of stuff. I've gone to like 22 conventions since 2019. So there's a lot of things I've done. I didn't have time to figure out how to do this. And then when I turned 40, actually, I'll leave you with this. I listen to motivational videos. And when I was 26, I started that. By the time I was 28, I only listened to motivational videos for like 6 years. I stopped listening to music for a little bit. I mean, I listened to radio music or whatever songs I liked, but basically listen to that. There is one I listened to Joe Rogan before I even listened to his podcast or would listen to it. I knew who he was from Fear Factor or whatnot, and from UFC. But there's a video. There's a motivational video that he put out there, and there's a part there that says, "One day you're gonna wake up, and you're gonna wake up at 40 years of life, and you're gonna be like, I'm tired of this shit. I need to change, and you're gonna make a huge change, and it's gonna be hard because it's 180. It's something like that, right?" So I listened to that, and I'd be like, okay, I listened to that when I was 28. I am now 40. So that happened. I was like, wow, that's been out there for a minute. Sorry, that one I probably not 12 years. So let's say at least 8 years. Let's say about that when I came across that one. It's been 8 years, and I'm like, where's the time go? Wow. But in my younger self was was buying stuff. When I had extra money, I was buying stuff I know I was gonna need, equipment and whatnot. I wasn't using it at the time, but now I am. I've owned these lights for years, but now I'm using them, putting it all together. So we're getting all the pieces going. So you're seeing me do the Gundam, build the Gundam all at once. It's gonna be clunky. It's gonna be things, but when I start producing more and more things, you'll say you were there, and you can say, because I like doing that. I like following people. I like helping people out. When I can have extra money, I'll send it to them, help them with their project, help them get what they. It's hard. This stuff is hard. You know, it's once you do it enough, it looks easy. But like MJ said, Michael Jordan, he goes, "I'm sorry that I made it look so. I did it so hard that it made it look easy." So that's what we're doing. But I have to let you go. I have to get to work already. It's already 7 minutes overdue. But see how this works. I like the interaction. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin's got my back. I got Kevin's back. Jared, I got your back. I got Pack and Brian's back. So we got a crew. You're part of the crew, Jared. Whether you like it or not, you're in this. We're gonna get to these. But keep sharing me some of your comedians you like, and I want to hear them. I want to know. Thank you, Kevin. I want to know who you listen to, because I need to listen to more people. I do listen to the church. Not all the time, but I need to get back when I do like the Lee Syed and Joy Coco Diaz, the church of what's happening now. So I do listen to Tuesdays with Stories, Joe List and Mark Norman. My buddy Chuck Statham. He's the producer for that show, so he's always showing me how to do stuff and gives me advice how to do all this stuff. So I listen to that podcast. So that's where I kind of get my motivation to kind of like learn how do I do podcasting, how do I do streaming. I have a Twitch account, but I've yet to jump on that. But I want to do Twitch. I used to be a gamer, JR. This is what we're learning. So probably you're learning to have a lot of things interest for me. But I'm an ex-gamer. I retired at 21. So I had to retire young because I needed to go live life and not live in the box. But guess what? You always go back where you started. So I'm back in the box. But this time I have tools. I have learned skills. I have things I can show. So like I said, day 14, day 15, day 16, when you start getting those days going, that's when we really start churning butter. And you've been hanging out with me for like the last 4 or 5 debs. So you're seeing you're like, what is this? What is he doing? Why is he taking the square piece and trying to shove it in the circle? And why is it working? Why is he taking that triangle piece? He took 3 triangle pieces and he put them in this octagon. And this is what you're seeing. It's not supposed to make any sense, because I don't make any sense. I'm an anomaly. So, but what we're doing, we're having fun. We're gonna have results. As long as we start something and we end with something, we have a result. This is what we have. And but also too, man, I'm here to motivate you, dude. If you ever need me to help you out, you let me know. GTA for life. Peace. Happy Monday. CJ from San Andreas. I'm CJ from Austin, Texas. See y'all later. You have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tonight at my Manic Mondays. I also got to do what else we got? That's it. I'll see y'all later. See you tomorrow. We're gonna do the same thing. We'll have something to show. All right. Peace.